After hearing people saying Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time, I've came to the conclusion that Tom Brady isn't just the greatest quarterback of all time, but he's the greatest person of all time. There's going to be no quarterback greater than Tom Brady ever. And y'all might be thinking, Zaza, how do you know this? How do I know this? It's because these reasons I'm about to list. But first off, this is Zaza Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this video. My first reason why Tom Brady is the greatest person ever is he doesn't get bailed out by the refs like Patrick Mahomes. As we all know, the Chiefs are cheaters, they're liars, they're ugly, and Taylor Swift's obviously paying off the NFL because the refs absolutely suck their dick. And this is a fact. How do I know it's a fact? Because it is, nigga. I don't know. As you see by the stupid pass interference call we saw in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, that decided the game. After this, the Chiefs would kick the game-winning field goal and basically end the game and win their second Lombardi. If this isn't just proof of cheating and Taylor Swift paying off the NFL so the Chiefs and her boyfriend Travis Kelce win. By the way, did you know Taylor Swift's dating Travis Kelce? I don't know what is. This would never, ever happen to Tom Brady. Tom Brady won because he was just better than everybody, and the Patriots were just that good. And not to mention, Patrick Mahomes has to rely on his great defense, something Tom Brady never had the luxury of. It doesn't matter 15 out of 21 seasons Tom Brady played, he had a top 10 defense. When it came to the playoffs, it was all him. And not to mention, let's look at this call. This was obviously a first down by Josh Allen, and if you don't think so, you're probably a liberal. Something Tom Brady isn't. And sure, you might bring up the tuck rule against the Oakland Raiders, where Tom Brady got the tuck rule call, but this was an actual rule. I don't care if it's never been called in NFL history. It's an actual rule in the rule book. If you call this getting bailed out, you're just a fucking idiot. Sure, you could point to this roughing the passer by Chris Jones, but Chris Jones slapped him way too hard. And not to mention, Patrick Mahomes gets weak-ass roughing the passer calls, something Tom Brady has vocally said he disliked and never got. Yes, I don't care if he bitched to the refs and basically started the roughing the passer calls. He was getting way too hard. Look how he got smoked here against Buffalo. Do you really think the greatest person of all time really deserves to get hit like this? I don't think so. It doesn't matter that Tom Brady regarding the refs said he was a pain in the ass to them. Patrick Mahomes cheats, he gets ref calls, he gets roughing the passer calls, and you can't even touch the quarterback nowadays. Tom Brady would never, ever get any of these calls because the refs weren't paid off by Taylor Swift. And that goes to my other point. Tom Brady and the Patriots never cheated like Patrick Mahomes. Everyone knows they're cheaters. Everyone knows they pay the refs. And Tom Brady isn't that. That's why he is the GOAT. He's, like I said, he's just better than everybody else. I don't care that the Patriots got caught literally cheating fucking twice. All I'm saying is the Chiefs are going to get caught doing the same thing. They're going to have less Super Bowls than the Patriots had. And the NFL's just going to try to sweep it under the rug. And not to mention about this Deflategate debacle, they won by 30 plus points. That has nothing to do with deflated football. Sure, Tom Brady wouldn't give the NFL commissioner his phone. Sure, Tom Brady deleted some text. Sure, Bill Belichick was caught spying on NFL teams' practices and their plays. That doesn't matter because every team has at least done one of those things once in their team's history. And if you call that cheating, then you're just not trying to win. But the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, they actually do cheat. Look at Mahomes flopping right here. When have you ever seen Tom Brady ever flop to get a call? This is ridiculous. This is obvious cheating. And the NFL really needs to do something about it. The NFL tried to do something about Tom Brady for allegedly cheating, and they're not doing anything about Patrick Mahomes. Give me a break. Tom Brady just simply the greatest person ever. He doesn't cheat. And do you know what he also doesn't do? Get blown out in the Super Bowl like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has been blown out in the Super Bowl twice, and one was to Tom Brady. So that means Tom Brady's better. Sure, Tom Brady's Super Bowl losses are against Eli Manning and Nick Foles, but fuck you. Sure, Tom Brady might have only put up 14 points in the 2007-2008 Super Bowl when they had a chance to go undefeated, but why did the Patriots defense let Eli Manning have 17? It's not his fault. Sure, he had a revenge game 2 years later and they're going up against the 9-7 New York Giants and they still lost, but why did they let the New York Giants offense have 21 points? I don't care Tom Brady only got 17. Why did that offense have 21 points on that defense? It's the defense's fault. And then he lost to Nick Foles and he threw for 500 yards. The defense should have been better this game. Sure, Tom Brady lost to Nick Foles and Eli Manning, but at least he didn't get blown out like Patrick Mahomes. How can you even hold it against Tom Brady? It's such a double standard against Tom Brady if you hold that against him, because he didn't get blown out. At least he was close. And another thing about Tom Brady is he never gets outdueled. In the playoffs, can you think of one time he got outdueled? I can't. 2018 AFC Championship against the Chiefs. Tom Brady literally outdueled Patrick Mahomes to go to the Super Bowl, beating him twice in the playoffs. And you're gonna sit here and tell me Patrick Mahomes is better? If you didn't win, you're not better. Sure, in this game he went 30 for 46, 348 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. It could have easily have been 3. But stats aren't everything. I don't care, Patrick Mahomes might have had better stats. Tom Brady won the game, so he's better. He didn't get bailed out by his defense. He won the game! Sure, in the 2006 playoffs against the Denver Broncos, they lost. But this is Tom Brady's first playoff loss ever. And I don't care he only had 13 points. Why did the defense let the Broncos get 27? Checkmate, Nick. Sure, Jake Plummer beat him and had a more efficient game. Man outdueled him. But Tom Brady's defense shouldn't have allowed this to happen. They should have held the Broncos to under 12. So what I'm saying is Tom Brady has no flaws on his resume, and Patrick Mahomes absolutely does. I don't care about his QBR this game. I don't care he threw 2 interceptions. It wasn't his fault because his defense sucked this year. And if you can't see that football is a two-way game and it's offense and defense, maybe you just don't have any ball knowledge. And this gets on to my next point. Tom Brady is a better playoff performer than Patrick Mahomes. I don't care in the 3 games he played in his first Super Bowl run, he only threw 1 touchdown. When it came down to it, and when the Super Bowl mattered, who drove him down the field for Adam Vinatieri to kick a 50-yard field goal? It was Thomas Edward Brady. So if you want to use that as a critique, no sirski. Because if Patrick Mahomes in a playoff run only threw 1 touchdown, you guys would be calling him God. And not to mention, Tom Brady owns every playoff passing record of all time. He has the most passing yards, passing touchdowns, and Super Bowls and conference championship appearances. And Patrick Mahomes, the so-called next man up, only has 38 touchdown passes. I just don't get it. Patrick Mahomes will never ever be on the level of Tom Brady, the greatest person of all time. He's been to 7 straight conference championship, while Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. He has a better touchdown to interception ratio at 38-7, while Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes has more passing yards, touchdown passes, less interceptions, more rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, has better efficiency, has a better completion percentage through his first 8 years than Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes has 2 MVPs, 3 All-Pro teams, 2 first-team All-Pros. It is only 1 MVP behind Tom Brady, and he's only played 8 years. Well, Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. Mahomes is actually the best player on his team for all the Super Bowl runs and didn't have a top 10 defense until his 2nd Super Bowl. Unlike Tom Brady, who consistently had the number 1 defense in the league and the greatest defensive mind of all time in Bill Belichick. Well, Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. You might say Patrick Mahomes started off his career throwing 50 touchdown passes, and Tom Brady didn't throw over 30 until year 8. You might say he didn't get his first MVP till year 8. You might say Patrick Mahomes hasn't had a playoff loss before the AFC Championship in all of his career. Well, Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. And not to mention, Tom Brady's clutch and didn't have the number 1 options Patrick Mahomes had. Patrick Mahomes so far in his career has had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce as his receivers. I don't care, in 2022 his number 1 wide receiver was Juju Smith-Schuster, and he won MVP and had the most passing yards in NFL history. Tom Brady didn't have a number 1 option until 2007 when he finally got Randy Moss. Sure, he had Wes Welker. Sure, he had Rob Gronkowski. Sure, he had Julian Edelman. Sure, he had Danny Amendola. Sure, he had Brandon Cooks, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. And not to mention, Patrick Mahomes has Andy Reid. That's why he wins. That's why their offense is so good. And Tom Brady never had a good offense around him or offensive mind like Andy Reid. He only had Bill Belichick, and look at him in UNC. He can't do shit. And not to mention, do you think Patrick Mahomes would let his wife divorce him so he could play some more football? I don't think so. And for my last point is, Tom Brady has every NFL quarterback record there is in the book. Passing yards, passing touchdowns, Super Bowl, postseason records. He has everything. Do you really think Patrick Mahomes is going to catch up to him? Oh shit, he's on pace too? Oh shit. Tom Brady is better. He's more handsome. He's white. And did I mention he has 7 Super Bowls? There's no way Patrick Mahomes can catch Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes that needs at least 8 Super Bowls to catch the GOAT, Tom Brady. If Patrick Mahomes passes him in passing touchdowns, that doesn't make him the GOAT. If he wins more MVPs, that doesn't make him the GOAT. If he gets more first-team All-Pros, that doesn't make him the GOAT. He has to only have 8 Super Bowls. That's the only way you can be better than another player. That's why number 2 all-time quarterback is Terry Bradshaw. Duh. But with that being said, I think you guys get get my point. Tom Brady is the greatest person of all time. And if you want to debate me on this, I'll pull up to your block. I'll Swiss cheese you with an ARP hollow shells. But with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.